Okay, so here's standard from the first day. Just watch it all the way through. Did a nice job there signaling that early. We'll talk about what went wrong. It was nice. That was naughty. I think you pull him. Okay. So you do a really nice job here of showing the tire. I mean, some people actually had trouble with that, but you did good. Your shoulders are forward, your arm is up. Now what happens here, so you're bringing up your outside arm, which is really great, Ingrid, and then it's forcing, when you bring up your arm like that, you can see how your shoulders are turning into your dog. But look, watch your motion. It's all this way. You're still moving that way. Now you're putting the brakes on, but you got that leg out, which to him looks like you're still going that way. And now he's getting ready to lift off, and look, you're still going that way. Okay, so he was absolutely correct to take that jump, and especially with the two jumps really close together like that, where, you know, we're not used to seeing that or anything. Your motion was really sending him there, even though your shoulders were turned into him and everything. So your front cross line, though, needs to be from the first jump there, which is the green jump. It needs to be right here. So how you should have moved was, as soon as you got to that stanchion, right where you are now, you should have completed your cross right there and moved this way, and that would have sucked him right in. And you do this part really nice. He reads rears pretty well. He sort of balked at it there. Okay, whoops. So now he goes into the tunnel, but let's look at what you were doing. So remember, he needs to know that he's going that way after the panel, and he needs to know it before he lifts off, because once he lifts off, you can't do anything about it. So here he is lifting off, and look at you. You're even looking forward. You're not. Everything about you is saying to go straight. Okay, and so what you could have done is done a lateral send here. So as he's approaching here, you could have kept your arm up and said hup and started to move that way. And I think he would have. I mean, he can see he's already committed to the jump. I mean, it's easy to see now because we're looking at a video. But yeah, you sent him into that tunnel. Everything about you was saying to go forward. Look at your head even. And now you pull away, but you're also pulling away with your shoulders rotated away from him, which cues extension. So if anything, you should have had your shoulders turned into him. And I think if how you're moving right now, I think if you would have done that when he was back here, I think he would have taken the jump just fine. Okay, and then you're just kind of discombobulated. I would probably not let him jump on you like that. I mean, I think I wouldn't get mad at him and I wouldn't touch him, but maybe if you see he's coming at you, just sort of, point at him and say something. I don't know. I don't think I want it to be a correction, because I think he does that when something's gone wrong and he's not sure what he did wrong, but I think he knows that he did something wrong. But anyway, so I don't know. I guess you can think about if you want to do something about that or not. I don't think it's a big deal. I just don't really like to see him, like, jumping on you like that, I guess. Here you do a nice rear cross. Now, it worked and everything. He reads rears very nicely. And your motion was pretty good. Here, look how far ahead of you, and you're already starting to move that way. It's awesome. You're like halfway between these two obstacles. It's just, it's really good. But then, what you do that could have been better, and he reads the turn. He's already changed leads. He's already turning in the air. His head's turning. He's looking. But look at how far you can, how long you continue to travel that way. You keep going forward, forward, forward. You're just pushing him out, pushing him out. So it was a really nice recross. And maybe you were trying to make sure that he got lined up for the weaves and didn't turn too tight over the double. And that's fine. But he's probably going to land pretty long over the double in general. But anyway, just something to think about. And then you do another rear here. I don't like that one as well, because you get up too far ahead of him. You're still ahead. Now he's even with you. And now, look, you can tell by your body that you're sitting back, which means you're decelerating, which is going to cause him to sort of take a check stride, which he did. And it's just not going to allow him to drive to the A-frame. And he goes because you cross behind and you start going, but it's just one of those sort of consistency things. You want to do that kind of rear cross, like if you were then going to turn and take him to the table, something where you do want some sort of collection. He read your decel great, and he gave you a few check strides, which means he was collecting, but you didn't really need it there. So all you needed to do was stay with him when he was in the weaves and just drive him forward to this jump, just like you did back before the double. He sort of does his A-frame. This was very nicely done. Very nicely done. You were ahead of him when he comes out of the tunnel, and you kind of weren't moving that fast, and then you even did a little decel, but you're crossing behind late, and he's turning already before he's even taking off, and his turn was pretty tight there, so that was really nice. And then we know how the rest of this goes, Zeke.